where to start from. Some people started off the day with confusion. So I believe that if you listen to these interesting tunes for like 3 minutes, it will help. It will help soothe your nerves, calm your nerves a little, and then get you prepared for what we'll be discussing this morning. Please stay glued to the radio. Don't go anywhere.
Oh my God, oh. When she come for the area, say all the man them Joe, all the boys down Kulugu. Say let them dance Kulugu. You feeling me, baby, while I'm low. I'm the king of the Kunto, and they loving the way I do this and go. Yeah, I'm a kawaii and jogodo. Say that baby, come be mine now. I don't mind shit down. In all the days you don't take, I don't mind shit down. Say baby, give me your love. I don't mind shit down. Because I love you with all my heart. Go romance me now. Oh, wind up, hey yeah, oh my, school, Tadiana, oh mama, oh father, oh nana. I said, no other, Asia, China, you know I wanna control ya, oh child, oh my. Now is the end of the oh my God. If you give me love, I give you more than oh my God. If you want me, girl, I want you. Oh my baby, what you do, I do to you. I like you, my love, not the cocoa. If I give it to you, girl, you go.
Internationally, internationally, waiting this up. When I dey hustle, you dey lick lollipop. Now you dey from Robocop, but not with the reality must come out. Ask them who no know me, you do a honor. Who want the flow, so with me, Mr. Lover. I'm walking in the backseat, in the home. Who fell up trapping, what they don't wanna see. Who no follow me around my race? If he likes it, they done they crazy. See me now, they do their face. Right now, I don't feel like it. Daddy, come over here. Mommy, come over here. Daddy, come over here. Mommy, come over here. Nico, want this up in the
Echo FM.
Go, yeah. Go, yeah.
Echo FM.
Straight to the music traffic. I know you know who this is. DJ Mafking.
Another man food is another man food is another man. Another man food is another man poison. Go, yeah. Monkey no fine, but in my mind like I'm. Go, oh yeah. Sure you want come calculate my money. Go, oh yeah. You want to dance or you want to shake? Oh yeah. Who can bless me, bless oh yeah. Chop the rice and banana. Oh yeah. I go do my best oh. Yeah. Chop the way do one banga. Oh yeah. The party don't start oh. Shayo got love for the matata. Slim daddy, I love my life, 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 I love my
life. Okay, if you love your life, I want to believe you're fully charged up this morning with those entertaining tunes coming from your one and only DJ Marv King. And don't get it twisted, okay? It's Health Revolution. It's just that I want to be introducing, or I will be introducing the warm-up session every morning on this particular program, just to, keep you alert and keep you, ready, make you ready for whatever information we'll be dishing out to you every morning on Health Revolution. Thank you, DJ Marv King. Peace, peace. Okay, so Best Beauty, are we ready for today?
We are ready for today.
All right. So sit back and relax as we talk about something that, like I said, when we started off this year, 2026, I told you that as part of topics we'll be talking about, we'll try as much as we can to handle topics around psychology, as it is linked to mental health. Very, very important you take note of that. Okay, so we'll be taking a swipe to psychology today and mental health. And want to talk about boundaries and mental health. We shall be telling you how trampling on people's boundaries can have significant negative mental health impact on them. We shall also explore the reasons why most people make it a habit not to respect other people's boundaries. We shall be giving you tips on how you can learn to respect other people's boundaries, and also how trampling on people's boundaries, like I said, can impact on their mental health. Yes, it is very, very important you stay tuned, listen to whatever it is we have to say, learn all, the teachings we'll be dropping this morning according to research, not according to us. Whatever we are doing here today, we are not psychologists, we are not certified psychologists, so we'll be doing it based on research, okay? Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're going to start with the definition of boundaries. I know how many types of boundaries we have, what kind of boundaries do we see every day, and so on and so forth. So firstly, a boundary is a real or imaginary line that indicates a limit or edge of something, defining what is acceptable or not within a given context. In personal relationships, boundaries are the rules we set for ourselves to protect our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. You hear statements like, you are crossing your boundaries, or you this boy. So those are boundaries we've set for ourselves to help us to have our own space, to limit some kind of relationships or limit some kind of conversations. So we have styles of boundaries before we have types. So we have the rigid boundaries. These are strict limits that keep others at a distance and often make intimacy difficult. A person with rigid boundaries may struggle to ask for help, be very protective of personal information, and have few close friends to avoid potential rejection. Then we have porous or diffuse boundaries. These boundaries are weak and easily breached. Individuals with porous boundaries often have difficulty saying no. They overshare personal information, they get overly involved in others' problems, and may accept abuse or disrespect. Then we have healthy boundaries. So these boundaries fall between the two extremes, allowing a person to say no when necessary while still being open to intimacy and new experiences. Healthy boundaries are clear, communicated, respectful, and help maintain self-respect and individuality within relationships. Now, healthy boundaries can be a mix of the both. You can be rigid in some aspects, you can be porous in some aspects, but you're not going to let it lead to abuse or insults or anything. You're going to maintain that self-respect, communication, and what's not and whatnot. Now we have types of boundaries.
Before you go to the types, okay, the rigid and the porous, diffused boundaries, almost see grammar. Where did they bring up this grammar from? Oh my God, I feel that's a little bit broad and might be a little bit confusing. Okay, so I don't know, do they fall under types of boundaries?
Yes, you can also see these categories or these styles of boundaries. You can find them also in the types of boundaries.
Okay, so can we classify them as physical boundaries, emotional and mental boundaries, material boundaries, time and energy boundaries, and physical regarding a personal space, touch, physical proximity. For instance, for people who are in the boarding houses or people who once lived in the boarding houses, at some point you will have a space given to you.
Yes.
And then nobody would have the right to cross that space without your authorization. I don't know if you get me.
But
not just the boarding houses. You have, maybe you live in a face me, I face you apartment. And then we already know that in that kind of environment, people do whatever they like most of the time. Somebody will not leave front of their room and come and keep one big butter of water in front of your room. Or for people who have shops, they can relate. There are spaces assigned to everyone, understand me? And then someone leaves the front of his shop and then comes to your own, maybe encroaches into the front of your shop a little bit and starts to display their wares. You have crossed your boundary. And that's why they fight a lot in the market. Have you noticed?
But you also know that there are some people who let those kind of things slide. Those are the people who are people pleasers. That's where the diffuse or porous boundary comes in.
And then they let it slide.
Yes.
To some extent, it depends. It's either they are not able to confront those people or because, they don't want trouble.
Exactly.
However, in not wanting trouble, it starts to affect you. You become depressed.
At the end of the day, they end up sending their friends or their family members to help them fight the battle for them, since they cannot fight the battle by themselves.
Or you keep mute.
Yes.
After a long while, when it has accumulated, and then one day you decide to now say something, you finally explode, and you say both the ones that are relevant and irrelevant. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that's why keeping to personal boundaries are very important. Emotional and mental boundaries, it has to do with the feelings of people, the thoughts of people, the values of people, and the emotional needs of people.
Yeah.
If you do not meet the emotional needs of, maybe as the head of the house, you do not meet the emotional need of your spouse, you have already breached that boundary. If you do not you know that, okay, if you do this thing to Best Beauty now, it's going to affect her. She will not be happy with you. It will stain your relationship. But you still go ahead to do it. You have crossed that emotional boundary.
Exactly.
Okay. What of material boundary? It has to do with possessions and personal belongings. I know of perfume, cream.
Siblings will intentionally go into your beauty kit or whatever. Take what doesn't belong to them. That is
Do you know the one that annoys me the most? For instance, for people who have younger ones, you can relate. You just, maybe you saved up some amount of money and you were able to buy wigs. I'm talking of the ladies now. I won't talk of the guys because it doesn't happen to the guys most of the time. But you see women, God, I don't know what's in there our body. Now, you save up some money and you buy some wigs. You have been actually, that enticed you at some point. You were able to now save up some money and buy those wigs. Or you buy a new jean or a new pair of slippers or a new pair of shoes. You stock them up in your wardrobe. And then a younger one visits. Auntie, I say make I come see you. How on a day? Not knowing that her target is your wardrobe.
Yeah.
And then the following morning she says, I have to go back to school. They just informed me now that I will be having, a lecture at 7 a.m. So I have to run. And you're wondering, I don't understand this, your visitor. She says, don't worry, I'll come back to visit. And then she goes. Only for you, maybe 1 week down the line, you remember that you have an important event to attend to, and then you go into your wardrobe to bring out that lovely pair of shoes. It's nowhere to be found. You check, you cannot find your wig. How do you feel at that point?
Something siblings say annoy me. Why should I buy this thing when my brother has it? When my sister, did I buy it for you? When I was saving, did I put you in my? That's why some siblings what they do now, because they know that some siblings they are very selfish. They either hide it, lock it up in a very tight place, or they buy two. Okay, please,
just take your own. So when you do that as a sibling, you are also encroaching on the other person's boundary. That is categorized as material boundary. Time and energy is also another part of boundaries that we have to look at. This has to do with one's time and energy being used.
Exactly.
For instance, someone is employed to be a secretary. And then all of a sudden, one day out of the blues, you walk up to that secretary and say, get up. Go to the front of the compound and start to clean, start to sweep. she says, okay, why should I do that? It's not within my job description. And you tell her, oh, okay, that's because we do not have cleaners at the moment. That is understandable, right? Abi?
No.
Okay, no, calm down. At that point in time.
Okay.
At that point in time.
Okay.
This is coming from your boss now directly to you. Nne, I just walked into the building and I noticed that we have sachets of water everywhere. Can you go help me pick them up? Hold on. And then you get up and you say, but I thought we have cleaners. And he says, oh, they resigned last year. They resigned in December. And you know this is January. Don't worry, we're looking for more cleaners. And then you get up from your seat, you go, obey your boss, pick up those sachets of water, you discard them. The following day, Angela, have you forgotten you're supposed to pick up the sachets of water in front of the company? And you're looking at the person and you're saying, I don't understand. He said, yes, now going forward, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Now you have crossed the boundary. You have crossed the boundary of that person's time and energy. First of all, it's not even within that person's job description. I don't know if you get me. And then along the line, if she now continues to do it, it becomes her job.
Exactly.
No more domestic staff will be employed. And that's what a lot of people are doing right now. So my point is, these are all parts of, boundaries. I don't know if there are other types you want to add. Okay.
We have intellectual boundaries. These safeguard your thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. They ensure that others respect your opinions and allow you to disengage from debates that feel hostile or invalidating. For instance, now you are in an intellectual environment, everybody's speaking, and they're not encroaching in your own ideas and beliefs. You can draw the line and be like, please, this I can't talk about this. And you move away from the conversation. That's intellectual boundaries. Then sexual boundaries. These protect your right to consent and communicate your comfort levels regarding sexual touch, intimacy, and discussion of sexual matters. There's some people that you cannot talk to them about some certain things, maybe based on their religion or whatnot. You have to respect their boundaries. That, okay, you see this girl today and start saying, you are breaching the person's boundary. Or you see this young man, this is how you people don't know that you're breaching that person's boundary. Then we have spiritual boundaries. These protect your right to your own spiritual or religious beliefs and practices without pressure from others. You have to respect that this person is from this religion and this person is from this religion. You don't go be like, why do you people even choose to even be this one? It's not your business. There are so many ways to start a conversation around that, not like confronting them and making them feel like their own spiritual path it's wrong. You don't do that. Then we have social boundaries. These are often unspoken rules within a specific culture or group that dictate expected behavior, such as maintaining a certain amount of personal space or making eye contact during conversations. For instance, a social boundary, you go to an event, you don't just grab somebody in an event, or you don't just talk down on somebody, or you don't. Maybe, for instance, now let's say you go to a wedding event and they say that you should dance. Then you start groping the groom or groping the bride. That's breaking of social boundaries. You have no right to do that. Your own job there is to just dance and leave. But instead, you go beyond, above and beyond.
Say it, not touch body. Don't rub, don't touch, don't smoosh. Abi, what do they say? Don't do any of that. For instance, you have a group of girls dancing at a party, and because you feel you're a man, you just go close to them. You start to want to
them.
That's bad. Or you're walking along the street at Douglas Road, for instance, at the market. And then these guys come. Nne, come and buy sandal. They start to touch you. They start to drag you. Come.
Why do they do that?
They start to push you, drag you.
Yes, they do that a lot.
And then when you confront them, the next thing you hear is, I beg they go, Jory.
Not even fine, sir.
They're not even fine. Face. Oh my God. You have crossed the social boundaries. Now, to add to the spiritual boundary you talked about, something just came to mind. I remember one time, I have given this example before on this platform, and where we lived at some point, I will not mention the place. And then there was a church close to that house. Every night, Best Beauty, what you'll be hearing is, what they call it, drum. They will come for choir practice.
In the night.
7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. The sound keeps, you'll be wondering what is going on every evening. And then any day they mistakenly have night vigil, hey, God have mercy. Nobody will sleep in that environment. When I mean nobody, they will increase the speakers, increase it. And the worst part is that church, as at that time, had few members. They were not up to 20, if I remember. It was more like a ministry. And they will make noise anytime they came around to that particular place. And then one day, a man, a very wealthy, influential man, moved into that environment. And that night, because before then, people had been, warning, not warning per se, but telling them, okay, you can actually make this place soundproof so that you don't disturb other people. You don't encroach on their rights or their boundaries because you want to preach the word. We are all Christians. However, let the right things be done. Can you people make this place soundproof? The man said, no, it will take a lot of money. We cannot do that. We are spreading the word of God. Everybody must hear. Those were his words. Until this man, influential man, they even named that street after that man when he built, the house. He renovated a house close to that church. Finally moved into that house. That street was named after him. And then one night, people for night vigil came. They started shouting, started preaching, and this man came out from his house with a dang gun. He had a licensed gun. He came out, shot into the air, and everybody dispersed. And he was shouting at the top of his voice. The next time I hear this kind of nonsense, so what am I trying to say? In saner climes, people who have churches, people who have ministries, have what we call the soundproof. There could be a church close to you, and you will not hear bim. There could be a club close to you. You won't even hear any sound. Why can't we do that? Why can't we get to that level when somehow we try to set boundaries so that we don't also disturb other people while trying to share the word? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand.
These are things we take to be normal, but in actual fact, in actual sense, they are not normal. You're crossing the social boundaries of other people. That is the truth. Okay. So what we are saying in essence, rather, is that all of these things make up what we call personal boundaries. Whether the emotional, physical, sexual, workplace, material, time, social, spiritual boundaries, they are all part of what we call personal boundaries. And these can happen in variety of situations, either at work, at home, when visiting family members, or when out with friends. Now, the main topic for today, or the main reason why we decided to talk about boundaries, is to let people know that when you decide to trample on someone else's boundary, it can have significant negative mental health impact on that person. And then it will lead to a lot of things like feelings of anxiety, depression, loss of self-worth. And then it will undermine the person's sense of safety and control, forcing them to constantly adapt to situations that make them uncomfortable. Now, as part of key impacts, number one on the list, lack of trust or loss of trust. When you repeatedly violate someone's boundary and erode that person's ability to trust you, it will make it difficult for them to form healthy relationships in the future. That's why you find that some people do not trust other people. It's because of past experiences. They've seen a lot. Oh God, some people have seen in this life.
If I tell this person this thing, my previous relationship, I told this person this thing, not the first person, second person, third person, and they use it to rubbish my name.
Yes.
So why should I tell you something?
Thank you. And then the person lacks trust in confiding in other people, speaking to other people. They will rather remain by themselves rather than coming to talk to you, because some people mouth not they control. Some people don't know how to shut their mouths. That's the truth. Another impact it can have negatively on a person's mental health is that it can make that person come down with low self-esteem. A person whose boundaries are consistently ignored may begin to internalize the message that their feelings and needs do not matter, leading them to have low self-esteem and self-doubt. Okay? Very important you take note of this. It can also lead to what we call resentment, anger, frustration. Feeling consistently disrespected and unheard can breed significant resentment and anger towards a person or people who go on to violate their boundaries. I gave a simple example of people who work in a business environment and someone leaves their space and comes to display something in front of your shop. You will not be happy. You start to breed those feelings of anger over time, and before you know, basbos, they start to fight and they fine you. Some markets you dare not fight.
True.
The moment you do that, you're fined. Okay. Then there's something we call trauma response. In severe cases, especially if the boundary violations are part of an abusive pattern, it can lead to what we call trauma response, including symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. Trauma response. For instance, a lady whom her husband cheats outside. She has been hearing it, your husband, I saw him with Lady Angela. I saw him with Lady Rose. I saw him with Lady, She may prefer not to listen to those people. And then all of a sudden, after 1 month, 2 months of bearing all of those rumors, maybe she decided not to confront the man with the intention of maybe catching him herself. And then all of a sudden, one day, she comes back from work and catches the man red-handed on her matrimonial bed with the other woman. What do you think is going to happen? Trauma response will set in. She either picks up a knife or goes to the kitchen, gets kettle of hot water, and then pours on the man. And the next thing you're hearing on social media, woman pours hot water on the man. And you're wondering what must have led to this.
The best thing is to carry mortar pistol. That is good to have mortar pistol in your house.
Your own is even worse to break the person's head. Oh my God. Those are trauma responses as a result of repeatedly, constantly violating a person's boundary that will now finally lead to an abusive pattern. I don't know if we are passing on the message.
Yes.
Okay. Anxiety and stress is also there. Constant violation of a person's space and, can go on to create chronic stress, anxiety, as that individual will be in a perpetual state of alert, unsure of when the next boundary will be crossed.
Okay.
And you see them always at alert, always anxious. This person don't call with him wahala again. Oh, can I just have peace today? What is going to happen today? I'm going back to that shop. If Mama Nkechi tries this thing today, I will tear her apart.
Embracing themselves.
Yes! You know what it means. So anxiety and stress, these are all key negative impacts that can happen when you decide not to respect people's boundaries. Yes, you wanted to add something.
Yes, we also have burnout and emotional exhaustion. A lack of boundaries often results in overcommitment and taking on more than one can handle. For instance, now that's the physical. No, I don't think it's physical. Emotional, emotional and physical exhaustion. The key sign of burnout. For instance, now, like the workspace situation now. Your job is to be a secretary. You're taking on the job of a cleaner and a secretary. You will burn out. You will be tired. You'll be like, is this why I came here? Okay. What am I even doing here?
I lose interest.
I had the all A's in school. I'm now working as a cleaner. When I'm certified to be this, what is my life before you know? Burnout, exhaustion, and that's a lot. Then the next one I have is unhealthy relationships. Now, because of poor boundaries, for those people who have porous boundaries, and somebody will do something like, it's fine. Do you like this? It's fine. It's not fine, no. It's fine. Don't worry.
You know the one that gets to me. It is well. When it's not well,
it's well. It's fine, sir. Don't worry. Somebody is poking you. Fine, girl. It's fine, sir. So unhealthy relationships, poor boundaries make individuals more vulnerable to toxic or manipulative dynamics. Relationships may become imbalanced, characterized by a lack of mutual respect and potentially lead to emotional or verbal abuse. Because we have not set boundaries that, don't call me by this time. I don't like this. Please don't touch me like this. Don't talk to me like this. Because you have not set out clear boundaries. So you have healthy boundaries. Set out porous boundaries. You now be and funny enough, those people like that, they end up being the one at the receiving end, because the person with the more confidence in themselves, in their toxic traits, would press you down. They'll continue acting on their toxic traits on you, and because you don't have boundaries, you don't have healthy boundaries, you keep on succumbing to that kind of relationships, and in the end, you now feel like everybody in the world is like that. Somebody wants to tap you. you be like, please
Don't touch
don't
me.
touch me. Like you just, you will not even say it. Your body reaction might be like, this person has gone through a traumatic experience. That is unhealthy relationships as regard lack or trampling on boundaries. I think that's the last one I have.
Okay, so do not trample on people's boundaries. Oh, very important message. Why? It can impact on their health, mental health negatively. That's the message. Number one message on today's edition of Health Revolution. Before we go ahead with the rest of the conversation, you want to be a part of what we are talking about. You have personal experiences you want to share, or you just want to add to, whatever it is we have said. Now is the time for you to call. Drop your submissions on Facebook. We are live at Echo FM 100.7 and on YouTube as well, Echo FM. On WhatsApp, you can also send us a WhatsApp message and we'll be here to read them out as well.
Our phone lines are 0911 20022, 0911 20022, or 0707 454 1014, 0707 454 1014. Our WhatsApp line is 0707 491 3438, 0707 491 3438.
Okay, try as much as you can to reach us via those numbers and we'll be here to take your calls. Let's see if this is going to go through.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Wow. It will always go through.
Catch a sin.
Yes. Good morning, Slim Diva, station manager.
Hello, Kachisin. Good morning to you.
Yeah. My best.
Good morning, Mr. Catcherson.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah. My name is Kachison Ekuha.
Avo.
I am calling from my community. Avo. You know what the West local government.
Bam. Go
The Slim
ahead.
Diva, it's like you are going to look for a house for you. Yeah.
Please do. I don't even need a house, Kachisin. I need a land, a plot of land. So
It's achievable. You can even suggest to the management. You can have the King's Group extension. Yes, yeah, it's viable.
okay, we'll look into that. No problem.
maybe-
Thank you
maybe
so
privately.
much. Thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to thank you people for bringing these always topical issues on the front burner. Now, I want to ask a question. I have listened to two of you with keen interest. I want to ask a question. Now, depending on your relationship with somebody, is it necessary to still maintain boundaries?
Yes.
For instance, my relationship with my mom, there are certain things sometimes I can wake up and call him a bit because that's my mom's name. Whereas somebody else will always call her a bit or auntie a bit. But because she's my mom, maybe sometimes I can jokingly call her a bit, something like that. So yes, for instance again, best duty now. Maybe if I am close to her, maybe I can decide to call her just midnight. She will take my call based on depending on my relationship. I'm giving an instance, so
Okay.
I'm just an instance. Not another person.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
Okay. So I can get to call her or any other person by just midnight. Based on my relationship with her, when she sees my call, she will always speak.
Okay.
So in that instance, do I still maintain the boundary, knowing that third person may be speaking at that time? Did you understand where I'm going?
I get you 100%.
So that's my question.
Thank
my name is Kati
you.
Silekwa from
Thank you so much, Kachisin. I'm going to answer that straight up. Now, we'll still tell you how to know when you have crossed boundaries. We are yet to get to that, okay? However, you're very close to best beauty. For instance, very, very close. Let me not use the word dating. Let me say you are friends. Let me come from that angle. And then all of a sudden one day you pick up your phone and you call her at 12 midnight, the first time. That very first day she'll be curious. Why is Kachisin calling me at 12 midnight? Hope he is safe. She picks his call or picks your call, answers your call, you talk, and maybe she finds out that, oh, you're okay. Maybe you actually wanted to hear her voice. That is on the first day. The second day again, 12 midnight. Kachisin picks up his phone and calls Best Beauty. 12 midnight. Best Beauty will be like, waiting be this one. A new pattern be this one. She will still go ahead though to take your call, maybe so that she doesn't sound disrespectful to you. She takes your call, you talk, you laugh, blah, 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 30 minutes, 1 hour, and that is it. The third day, Kachison calls at 12 midnight. What do you think is going to happen? For someone who has set boundaries for herself, she's going to tell you, Oga, I beg. Don't call me at 12 midnight anymore. No, please do not do that. I love my sleep. Don't you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
One thing about boundaries I want you to understand, Mr. Kachison, is the reason why people set boundaries is so it doesn't affect their mental state of mind.
Thank you.
Let's say I work 12 hours a day, and the only time I have to sleep is between 10 p.m. down to 5 a.m. And between my sleep, you are calling me, disrupting my sleep. So no matter how close I am to you, I love you. I would love you. Like you get like, I love you a lot, but there are boundaries.
Thank you.
Even people in relationship, even people married, they have boundaries.
Okay.
Talk less of.
So it's not left for Best Beauty to say, Kachison, please stop calling me. Do you understand? And then calling your name, your mother's name by her name. I think it has to do with personal preference.
Yeah.
There are cultural norms and there are social norms. Here in Africa, we respect our parents. We feel that by putting auntie, mommy, or daddy, or big sis before people's names, you are respecting them. But in other climes, you see the US, they're not saying you. If you are a man, your name is Chris, and you have children, they call you Chris. Nothing they happen.
Good morning, Chris.
Do you understand? So I don't feel that falls within boundaries. It just has to do with the cultural and social norms of a place. Thank you, Kachison. More calls.
Hello, good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Slindiva.
Hi.
I'm Best Beauty.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. We wish you the same.
I'm the Shadrach calling from Adadu.
Go ahead, Bro Shadrach.
I wanted to call you on Friday. The program we had that day, She Matters, was very much interesting. But where I am, I couldn't get credit.
Oh,
I
thank
felt
you.
very bad. I felt very, very bad.
Please do not feel bad, okay? There will be another edition this Friday. Don't miss it.
Okay, well, on my own part, before I move on, I lost my mother by December 30th.
So sorry.
Condolences.
Kai, our condolences. Yeah, sorry.
So, but for me, on the part of crossing boundaries on social life or whatever it is, in order to avoid putting myself in stress in some occasions, what I did is that whenever I want to sleep off, I'm talking on my own part for somebody who has just talk on each time to call on phone. You know what I used to do? After toiling for the day and I know it is time for sleep, I'll just put my phone on silent, the one that I will not how you call. I'll just put it like that so that even if you call and I didn't pick, in the morning I see a call, no matter what is going on, God take care. That is that one. And of all these, you made mention of some of these churches that put loudspeakers in the street close to people's house. It's just because the Nigerian constitution is not working as it's supposed to be. That is what's called noise pollution.
Thank you.
Noise pollution is very, very unfortunate to the eardrums and other things. But here, all these things are not calculated. So I think people should learn to live our lives in a way that when we see it, we say, yes, these are mature people that understand life.
Okay.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. I did not give one typical example for people who stay in a yard. That's what they call it, a yard, where you have lots of houses. And then maybe a bachelor who has seen a single lady he wants to settle down with. Every day maybe comes with that lady. Every day comes with that lady. You see some people, now wow. You don't go carry another one. Where did he bring this one from? They start to, I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah.
Start to gossip. Start to say a lot of things. You are crossing your boundary, oh. If it is not your business, it is not your business. Close your eye. Some people like, God, I don't even know. Okay, let's squeeze in one more call before we go back to the conversation. The phone lines are beeping this morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My two beloved sister, good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy New Year to you as well.
Thank you. Don Namdi, I call from the
Go ahead.
I want to thank you people for this wonderful educative program. Most of us are ignorant of it. If I just want to add, just as you talk about cateching and the beloved sister there, sometimes somebody may feel, say for example, when we are young, you fall in love with a lady who you have been yearning to talk to you, and after some time you haven't suddenly started giving you attention, and you believe that only way to know whether the connection is still on is by disturbing her. What is the steps you took so that you don't cross boundaries?
Yes.
Because when you talk about these boundaries, they come to most of you who are highly, will I use the word, highly educated, or who are enlightened, or who have been in a city where people understand what is their right or wrong. See, most of us in the area, we don't know what is wrong or right. So we even believe that in the midnight is when this person is less busy. We cannot talk. So what are the steps for your listening? People are listening to you to learn. What are the steps to bring a good approach so that you will not offend this one or this one will not offend? I don't know whether you understand my question.
100% I do.
Please help us.
Thank
Please.
you. Thank you, Brother Nnamdi. I remember those days when we had the midnight call. I don't know, Best Beauty, if you...
I heard of it, but I was not permitted to do it.
People abuse midnight call. 12, once it's 12, so we not call throughout the day. Once it is 12, any door you go close to, you be hearing, how are you, my babe? How are you, handsome? They will talk, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. No sleeping. That was then. I don't know. I don't even know if that midnight call is still ongoing right now. But at that time, people encroached on other people's boundaries. A lot. You'll be sleeping and a friend will just from nowhere. I say, make I hear your voice. 2 a.m. because of free midnight call.
That is why I don't leave my phone on in the night.
Thank you. All right. So to answer to Brother Nnamdi's question, before I go ahead, let me inform you that this is Health Revolution right here on Echo FM 100.7. And we are talking about boundaries and mental health. How trampling on other people's boundaries or crossing other people's boundaries can impact on their health negatively. Now, signs that your boundaries are being crossed or signs that you are crossing another person's boundary. There are so many signs. However, many people struggle to maintain, to protect their boundaries because they don't want to seem that, they are selfish or confrontational. So they just want to make you happy. They don't want to upset you. So you see them struggling with maintaining those boundaries. But if you want a healthy relationship with other people and you put their mental health first, you must communicate what is acceptable and not, what is not acceptable. Best Beauty doesn't want this person to call her at so time, or she doesn't want to do this job because it's not in her job description. It is time for her to communicate and say, please, respectfully, this is not part of what I want for myself. Please do not do it again. And then you have to tell people when they have done something you do not like so that they can learn and treat you the way you want. When a boundary has been crossed, don't quietly grow resentful or disappointed. That is when you should speak up. Open your mouth. That mouth was not made to be sealed. Open it and respectfully tell the person, you see this thing you just did now? I'm sorry, I do not like it. Do not do it next time. If they keep disrespecting your boundaries, show them how much you care by letting them feel the consequences of their action. Now, for instance, some signs that your boundaries are being crossed. Not listening when you say no. For a lady who has told a young man, do not touch me this way, I don't like it. And the man doesn't listen to you. He keeps on doing what he wants to do. That is them crossing your boundary. Continue to do something you ask them not to do. That is them crossing your boundary, breaching your privacy. We have said it here. Going through your phone without your permission. Going through your diary without your permission. They have crossed their boundaries, breached your privacy. And then making you feel guilty. If you really love me, you will do this. If you, that's I don't know. Thank you, emotional blackmail. If you love me, you will wake up at 12 a.m. to pick my call.
I don't love you.
If you love me, you will allow me do this to you. blackmailing you emotionally when you know you have set boundaries for yourself, trying to convince you to do something that goes against your morals, your beliefs, your values, trying to convince you to do all of those things, they are crossing their boundaries. Emotional blackmail, we have said it. Being deceitful, lying, stealing, cheating. Some people can lie for Africa just to get what they want. The judgment that will come upon you, I don't want to say it.
I don't know why. When I think about you, I think about my unborn children. You are like the ray of sun.
You're the only cockroach in my cupboard. The only egg in my crate.
The reason I wake up every day is because of you.
The reason I breathe.
You're the
fresh air.
The most beautiful woman in the world.
Deceit. When you have 10, 11, 12 baby mamas. And then this one is the one that gets to me. Telling other people things you told them in confidence. That is the most, in fact, very bad. Someone has confided in you, and you go about spreading it because you know how to talk. Ugba, according to Uche. That your mouth will baka one day. Please do not do that to other people. When someone confides in you and says, you see this thing I want to tell you, I have not told it to any other person, please keep it to yourself. Shut your mouth. Don't say it. Because there are reasons why the person confided in you. You should even count yourself worthy in the first place to be confided in. And then you go out because you want to look good in the eye of other people. You start to open your mouth and you spill what you're not supposed to spill. The phone lines are buzzing. Let's take more calls.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, the Slim Diva.
Hello. Good morning to you.
Bibi Igoyinfa, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Samuel Igoyinfa.
Go ahead, Samuel.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for this discussion.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You see, we have really touched so many on so many issues about boundaries. Slim Diva, have you heard that one that maybe you are just living your life at your age, you have not married. Somebody will just, up to now you are not married. What are you waiting for?
Hey, they do that a lot. A lot.
And in an open place.
That is bad.
In the midst of people.
Kai.
You got married. Them. All of a sudden, you and your husband have planned to stay like 1 year or 2 years without children. Somebody will just meet in the midst of people. Up to now, you people have not given us children.
Kai.
What are you waiting for?
Is your womb not working?
What is the problem?
Now this one's on go to
you know
abortion.
that kind of embarrassment. This thing is not your business. I'm not living your life. You're not feeding me. I'm not in your family. All of a sudden, you came to embarrass me in the public. My dear, I learned this earlier. I can't take it. I will give it back to you there and there.
I trust you. Samuel.
I will give it back to you.
That is good. That is good.
You know, so many issues, my dear. So many issues. You know, this part of the world, I don't know. We are just being aware of some certain things called boundaries, you know. There are so many abuse of boundaries here and there.
Plenty.
Both from families and friends and church and everywhere. You see, you carry your matter as maybe you are depressed or you are having a spiritual issue. You go to your pastor, disclose it to him. Before you know it, next Sunday or next service time, he's making message with your issues. Even if he doesn't mention your name, he will not be comfortable in that service.
Of course.
Are you getting it?
Yes, I know.
So many things, my dear.
Thank you.
But I pray that so many people will listen and learn. It's not really good. That's why, you know, excuse me, that's why in the northern part of the world, this northern part of Nigeria, they kill people easily. They call that in red line. You cross your red line. Because they are not controlled by the Holy Spirit like some other people, you know. They are easily angered when you provoke them. So they think of eliminating the person. If to learn how to live life. Say on your that thing, you know that if somebody do it to you,
You
will
won't
not
be
accept
happy.
it.
Yes, thank
don't,
you.
Don't try to do it to another person.
Thank
Why are you calling
you.
somebody by 12 midnight? Somebody
Thank
that is not your doctor, is not your lawyer, is not a police person.
Yeah.
You are calling him by 12 midnight to do what? To discuss what?
Thank you. Thank you, Samuel.
My dear, God bless you too, yeah?
God bless you too. Thank you so much. And I want to correct an impression. Yes, he said a lot, but you see the one of the northern part of the country, I just want to say something because I know we have variety of listeners. For people in the north, they have their laws that bind them.
Yeah.
So when you travel to the north, please
By their laws and their
live
own
by their laws
boundaries.
and their boundaries. I just wanted to correct that impression. Not because they are not led by the Holy Spirit. Do you understand me?
Yes.
But because they have rules that bind them.
True.
Now, he says something. He made mention of family. You've watched movies now. All of a sudden, you are in your house with your spouse, and all of a sudden, the mother comes with her bag. I have come, oh, it's my son's house. No information. Nothing. And you're wondering, well, you should have at least told her. Why should I tell you before I come to my daughter's house? Or before I come to my son? That is you crossing their
Boundary.
privacy and their boundary.
Exactly.
And then, so we say, this your pikin don't reach 5 years old. Wait till they wait to born another one now. You don't too grow now.
I did wait for you.
You don't too grow. Wait till they wait. Is it your business? Oh my God.
We have a message. So good morning, Auntie Mary and Best Beauty. I love this topic. When I newly relocated to Owerri 3 years ago, I started working in a school in my street, OG. But now the owner of the school uses her staff anyhow she wants. To the extent that we, the teachers, are the one cutting down the grasses in the school compound. It was so strange to me. When I complained, the woman said that staff have been the ones doing the cleaning, both inside and outside the classroom, since she started the school. That if I can't do it, I should go. I just did one thing with them and resigned.
Bam. Hey, Naya. Thank you. That's what we are saying. When someone tries to do something good, it turns to the person's responsibility. And that is something that should stop in this country. But how can it stop? By, first of all, changing our mindsets. Employees, employers, whoever, employers of labor, let us change our mindsets. That people have been doing something or acting in a capacity doesn't make it their jobs. Okay? That is you trampling on or crossing their boundary. Temple Ziroka says, sometimes if you want to maintain your policy, some people will misunderstand it and take it personal. Let them take it personal. It is your boundary. It is not theirs. And he says, your program is so educative. Keep it up and God bless you. God bless you too, Temple. Iroka, we are going Best Beauty. Final words, quickly.
For those people who don't know how to respect boundaries, come to me. Come and meet me. I feel like some people, they are so scared of being non-people pleasers that they accept any kind of rubbish. Don't accept it. If you know you cannot you cannot finish something, don't start it. Don't start what you can't finish. If somebody is touching you in a weird way you don't like, stop it from the beginning. Tell the person, excuse, and in the most respectful way. So if you react negatively on another day, they will know that you respectfully said you don't like this thing. I'm so sorry, sir. I don't really appreciate people holding me like this. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. Calm voice. The next day, oh God, which kind of TV this one? I don't tell you before. So just know how to speak to somebody, because I know in as much as we say respect boundaries, we also know how to speak. Because some of us, when we talk about boundaries, you don't know how to talk. The first time you see the person, you just say, I beg, I know they like this. Did we know before? We don't know. So you have to know how to speak to this person in a very respectful way the first time. Second time, maybe give the person a third chance. If the person passes that one, then you can react anyway.
Very, very easy. Smooth and easy. Boundary violations can impact negatively on people's mental health. That's what we want you to know. That's the message this morning. If you didn't hear anything, hear this one. It can impact on their health, cause them anxiety, stress, reduce self-esteem, resentment, anger, trauma, and lack of trust. These are all the negative impacts it can have on their mental health. We have said a lot. We have passed on the message. We are adults. Let us do what is right. Do not cross other people's boundaries. Thank you for listening. Tomorrow we'll make a return. My name is Mary Omeni Wode. You can call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable.
My name is Best Beauty.
Up next is the news. Marv King, do not cross our boundary. Play music. There's someone you cross their boundary. That one, now you sabi.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
This week to help
help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How can suspend me here? Are we your slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo,
This not story time on top Echo
and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
It's a minute past 12. Good afternoon and welcome to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri, the station with fair and balanced reporting. My name is Mary Omeniwode, bringing you the latest news and breaking stories around the world. Here are the headlines. Court finds Meta $25,000 over false health claim on Falana. Abia State moves to end open grazing, steps up environmental sanitation. NUPRAC and NRS deepen collaboration to boost national revenue. Nigeria and the UAE remove tariffs on over 13,000 products. On the foreign scene, Trump threatens strong response over Iran protester executions. And in the world of sports, Super Eagles, Atlas Lions clash for final place in Rabbits. Details shortly. A Lagos High Court has ordered Meta Platforms Incorporated to pay $25,000 in damages to human rights lawyer Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, over a false Facebook video alleging that he was suffering from terminal illness. The ruling followed a suit filed by Falana over the video circulated online in early 2025. In his judgment, Justice Olalekan Oresanya held that Meta violated the Nigerian Data Protection Act by allowing the unlawful processing of Falana's sensitive medical information. He stressed that medical data is entitled to special legal protection and that spreading false health claims amounts to a serious breach of privacy, regardless of a person's public status. The court rejected Meta's claim that it acted only on a neutral platform, ruling that the company controls content distribution and benefits commercially from it. Justice Oresanya said Meta failed to put adequate safeguards in place to prevent harmful misinformation, making it jointly liable for the publication. And in Abia State, the Abia State Environmental Sanitation Agency has announced plans to stop open grazing within Umuahia, the state capital, as part of efforts to maintain a cleaner and healthier environment. The Deputy General Manager of the agency, Ambrose Jonah, disclosed this during a meeting with the Hausa community leadership in the state. Jonah said the enforcement of the policy is in line with the agency's mandate to prevent environmental degradation, particularly the defacing of public spaces with animal waste. He encouraged herders to embrace ranching as a more sustainable alternative to open grazing. The agency also reminded residents that refuse disposal remains restricted to between 5 p.m. and 6 a.m., urging continued public cooperation. The traditional ruler of the Hausa community, Alhaji Yaro Danladi, assured the government that herders would comply with the directive to maintain peace and order. And over to Abuja, where fresh testimonies have emerged at the Federal High Court in Abuja over the deadly June 5, 2022 attack on St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State, which claimed at least 41 lives. Two prosecution witnesses gave detailed accounts as the court admitted additional exhibits presented by the Department of State Services, DSS. One of the witnesses described how gunmen gained access to the church after worshippers attempted to secure the main entrance, identifying one of the defendants during proceedings. Another witness told the court she survived the attack but sustained permanent injuries to her leg during the incident. The court continues to hear evidence aimed at establishing the identities of those responsible and the sequence of events during the attack. The Owo Church massacre remains one of the deadliest terrorist assaults on civilians in a place of worship in Nigeria's recent history. Meanwhile, the University of Maiduguri has dismissed a false viral social media video alleging that some of its students were arrested for collaborating with Boko Haram insurgents. In a statement, the university's registrar Ahmad Lawan described the claim as misleading and baseless. The university stated that it has zero tolerance for extremism and has consistently supported counter-terrorism efforts in the Northeast. It stressed that its students and staff are law-abiding individuals committed to academic excellence and peaceful coexistence. UNIMAID urged the public and the media to disregard the misinformation, warning that such false narratives could cause unnecessary panic and damage the institution's reputation. The university reaffirmed its commitment to peace, security, and national unity. It's exactly 6 minutes past noon. If you just joined us, you are listening to the global news right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here's a recap of the headlines. Court fines Meta $25,000 over false health claim on Falana. Abia State moves to end open grazing, steps of environmental sanitation. NUPRAC and NRS deepen collaboration to boost national revenue. And Nigeria and UAE move tariffs on over 13,000 products. Still to come on the foreign scene, Trump threatens strong response over Iran protester executions. And in the world of sports this afternoon, Super Eagles Atlas Lions clash for final place in Rabat, Morocco. Stay tuned for more details. Don't go anywhere.
This is a public service announcement. In an effort to enhance road safety and minimize the risks of crash-related fatalities, Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command is urging citizens to promptly report any road crashes to the Corps Emergency Hotline. In the event of a road crash, citizens are advised to call the Corps Emergency Toll-Free Hotline at 122 to report the incident or any of the Imo Sector Hotline 0913 960 0904. Provide as much information as possible, including the location of the crash and the number of people involved. Stay on the line to receive guidance from the Corps Response Team. The Sector Commander urges all citizens to take an active role in promoting road safety by promptly reporting any road crashes. Together, we can work towards reducing the rate of road crash fatalities and creating safer roads for everyone. This message is brought to you by Echo FM 100.7 in partnership with the Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command as part of our corporate social responsibility. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. This is the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Over now to the rest of the stories. In business news, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission and the Nigeria Revenue Service have agreed to strengthen collaboration to enhance oil and gas revenue collection for the Federation. This followed a courtesy visit by the Commission's Chief Executive, Mrs. Orishayiwa Eyeson, to the NRS headquarters in Abuja. Mrs. Eyeson said the engagement was part of broader stakeholders' consultations following her assumption of office. Both agencies discussed the implications of the new tax laws that took effect on January 1, 2026, and the need for closer institutional cooperation. Officials from both organizations agreed to work jointly to meet government revenue targets and improve transparency in the collection of oil and gas proceeds in the interest of national economic stability. Over now to the foreign scene, where the federal government says Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates have removed tariffs on more than 13,000 products under a new bilateral trade agreement. Nigeria has eliminated tariffs on over 6,200 UAE imports, while the UAE removed tariffs on more than 7,300 Nigerian goods. The Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment said the agreement will expand market access for Nigerian products and professionals while encouraging investment flows. The deal is expected to support Nigeria's non-oil export drive and economic diversification efforts. Meanwhile, the ministry described the pact as comprehensive and pragmatic, noting that it will create jobs, boost trade volumes, and strengthen economic ties between both countries, particularly benefiting young Nigerians. And still on the foreign scene, United States President Donald Trump has warned of very strong action if Iranian authorities proceed with the execution of protesters amid ongoing nationwide demonstrations. The warning comes as international concern grows over reports of thousands being killed during the crackdown. Iranian authorities insist they have restored control, while rights groups accuse the government of using excessive force and suppressing information through prolonged internet blackouts. Tehran has described U.S. statements as a pretext for foreign intervention. President Trump said the United States would respond if executions begin and urge Iranians to continue protesting. He also announced the cancellation of all meetings with Iranian officials until the killings stop. And lastly, in the world of sports this afternoon, Nigeria's Super Eagles face host Morocco's Atlas Lions in a high-stakes semi-final clash in Rabat, with both sides battling for a place in the final. The Super Eagles have impressed throughout the tournament, scoring freely and displaying strong team cohesion. Victor Osimhen has been outstanding, contributing 4 goals and 2 assists, while Ademola Lookman has added goals and creativity. Several other players have also played key roles in Nigeria's run to the semi-finals. Captain Wilfred Ndidi will miss the match due to suspension, with Raphael Onyedika and Frank Onyeka expected to anchor the midfield. For Morocco, the encounter represents their toughest test since their historic World Cup run in 2022. And that's all for the global news this afternoon. This was edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and updates, follow us on Facebook at Echo FM and Echo FM 100.7, on X at Echo FM_ORA, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, and YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting www.echofm.net. That is www.echofm.net. My name is Mary Omeni Wode. Thank you for listening, and good afternoon to you.
Echo FM.
With the fresh news people.